Former Democratic presidential candidate and former Democratic mayoral candidate Andrew Yang announced this week that he is going to be launching a third party here in the United States. The third party, by the way, he says is going to launch on the same day that his new book comes out. So make sure you pick up a copy of that on the same day I'm launching a new third party to challenge the power of the elite that are running this country. Dude, you got to get better at this. Like, you've got to get really, really better at this. Okay? If you're going to launch a third party and launch a new book, try not to do them on the same day so that it is blatantly obvious that you're just trying to sell more copies of your book. Come on, man. You can do better than that. Here's my thing with Andrew Yang. He burst onto the scene, obviously, during the Democratic primary because he had a really, really good idea of universal basic income, an idea which I support. And then he had nothing else. Literally nothing else. And I know all the people, you didn't read his platform. I did read his platform. Literally no different than anybody else. Okay, the rest of the stuff. And he didn't even know how to explain it or articulate it. In fact, in some areas on his website, on talking about other issues, it would just straight up go into UBI instead of actually talking about those issues. I did this repeatedly. Hell, I think at one point I even did a video where I actually went through his website and read some of these things because it was so ridiculous. Andrew Yang isn't there. And after several years of trying to do this, he's still not there. You know, his mayoral candidacy for New York City was a total train wreck. Every time the guy was given an opportunity to speak or try to explain something, he looked like an idiot and lost a ton of support. He was the front runner for a while, by the way, in case you don't remember that. But then once people heard him talking about things that weren't UBI, they realized this guy has no idea what he's doing. So I want more parties here in the United States. Absolutely. I've repeatedly called for that here on Ring of Fire. I want more third parties. But Andrew Yang ain't the guy to do it. Andrew Yang is all about Andrew Yang, and Andrew Yang does not understand issues here in the United States well enough. Hell, to be honest, he doesn't even understand UBI good enough. Here's what I mean about that. He claimed back during his campaign, UBI would be paid for here in the United States partially through a value-added tax. Value-added tax means every step of the way in production or manufacturing or whatever it is, you know, if there's multiple different places where something gets produced, you know, from buying the raw materials, assembling the raw materials, packaging the raw, whatever it is, if it's different things, they get taxed along the way. Corporations do. And then he had the audacity to tell us, and corporations are not going to pass that tax on to you, so your prices won't raise as a consumer. That right there told me this guy has no idea what he's talking about. If you think that raising prices on, you know, for corporations isn't going to be turned back onto you, the consumer, that's crazy. There's literally no control that says that they can't do that because this isn't a guarantee that they get more business. So they would raise prices on it. So that was a stupid thing for him to say. But either way, that told me enough to know, okay, this guy's not serious. But he's also a one-hit wonder. You ask Andrew Yang about anything that's not UBI, and you clearly see that. The people of New York got to see it. And that's why he didn't win that race. He was ahead. He was the front runner until people realized he has no idea what he's talking about. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.